Let's zoom into a black hole. What do we see? A singularity, an infinitely dense point that warps space-time so much that not even light can escape its crushing gravity. But let's zoom even deeper. Whoa! What is this? Are these strange fractal patterns just an exotic visual effect? Or could they be the key to understanding the true nature of reality itself? Welcome to our channel. Today we're answering the extraordinary question, what is the singularity that created the universe, is still inside you? First, we have to ask, what is a singularity? The word singularity comes from maths, where it refers to a point like 0 over 0, which has no meaning. In physics, it's any place where our current theories break down, like the center of a black hole or the very beginning of the universe. To describe what happens at such extreme scales, physicists use equations like Einstein's E equals mc squared. This equation basically says that mass and energy are interchangeable and can be converted into one another. But wait, what's this? Why is Einstein's precious equation dissolving into meaningless error messages? It's because we can't accurately describe these processes using our current mathematical tools. We need something more fundamental. So let's keep zooming in. At the tiniest lengths, space itself seems to be grainy and foamy at the scale of the Planck length, about 10 to the minus 35 meters. Our best current theories say that at such small scales, space should be completely empty. But recent observations suggest that there may be something else going on. Here we're looking at data from CERN's Large Hadron Collider, the world's largest and most powerful particle collider. Smashing billions of protons together at near light speed, scientists at the LHC are trying to recreate conditions that existed just nanoseconds after the Big Bang in order to study the fundamental building blocks of matter. What does this have to do with singularities? Well, when the protons collide, they briefly create a tiny, incredibly hot ball of energy. So hot, in fact, that it's impossible to measure. Physicists call this the quantum foam. It's a wild, lumpy, bubbly structure which seems to resemble nothing so much like a fractal. And here's the weird thing. The foam isn't just outside of you, it's inside you too. Will we ever solve the mystery of the singularity? The answer might surprise you. Check out this footage captured by the James Webb Telescope. Can you believe that just like the smallest grain of sand, this entire universe is actually made of atoms, and that everything around us is ultimately composed of tiny, vibrating strings whose music fills the cosmos? But wait, what's this? Even the best telescopes in the world can't see strings. They're far too small. Then again, the best microscopes can't see atoms either. But we know they exist. That's because we can observe their effects on larger structures. Maybe the same is true for strings. Some physicists think we might be able to spot the effects of strings on larger scales, such as on the cosmic microwave background, the radiation left over from the Big Bang. Other physicists are looking for evidence of strings here on Earth. It's not easy. Just ask these guys. Despite decades of searching, they haven't found any evidence of strings yet, but maybe they're just looking in the wrong places. After all, a string is just a tiny vibrating tube. It wouldn't be much of an observation if we only looked for round things. Here's the thing. The very smallest parts of the universe are also inside you. Here you are. Let's zoom into your eye. Do you see those fractal patterns? They're called the crystalline lens. They allow us to focus light and see. But let's zoom in further. So small, in fact, that we can see individual atoms. Here's one atom of carbon, a tiny building block of life. Now let's zoom in further still. Whoa, at the tiniest depth, space seems to be grainy and foamy. These tiny, vibrating strings could be the origin of all matter and energy. But look closer. There seems to be something else going on between the strings, some kind of dark void. Scientists don't know exactly what this means, but some think it might mean that the universe isn't made of strings at all. Instead, it's made of tiny, tiny wormholes, each about the size of a quark. And here's the kicker. Quarks are elementary particles. They're the smallest things in the universe, and they're inside you right now. That's right. Everything you see, hear, and feel, every smell and taste and thought and emotion is ultimately composed of vibrating wormholes. Now let's zoom in again. This time we're really going deep. So deep that we pass through the wormholes into mysterious, uncharted territory. Here we find ourselves in a strange new world where space is filled with an infinite number of ghost singularities. But hold on, If space is empty at the Planck scale, how can anything exist? And if it's possible for other dimensions to exist between the cracks, why can't the universe itself be made of these gaps? Here's the amazing thing. It just might be. Some physicists think that our universe isn't a singularity at all, but a collection of singularities. So here's the amazing thing. The very tiniest parts of the universe, including the enigmatic quantum foam and the ghost singularities within, are also inside you. Thanks for watching. Do you have what it takes to be a space scientist? Take our quiz to find out.